Hello students, in this biology class we are going to discuss the lifespan of living organisms and cellular structure from the lesson The Living World. In the previous classes we have discussed the characteristics of living organisms. So all living organisms have some definite lifespan. What is the meaning of lifespan? So, lifespan is the period between the birth of that animal till the end or death of the living organism. So, this is known as a lifespan. So, each and every living organism which is present on this earth has a definite lifespan. सो लाइफ स्पैन जो है इसके पीरियड में डिफरेंट स्टेजेस से ये जो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स है ये डिफरेंट स्टेजेस लाइफ के यहाँ पे वो कंप्लीट करते हैं और उसके बाद ये लाइफ स्पैन जो है वो क्या हो जाता है, कंप्लीट हो जाता है. सो यहाँ पे कुछ एग्जांपल्स लिए, जैसे कि प्लांट एंड एनिमल स्पेसीज है. सो we discuss first about the plant species. So in this picture we have seen that first when we sow the seed germinate, and after germination the small plantlets is formed, and after that when we provide nutrition and water to that plant, it becomes a big tree. And after some years, they start to drying and all the leaves are fallen on the ground. After that, there is a formation of a new plant. So this is the definite lifespan of that plant. In the next example, the example is from animal species, that is goat. So in the lifespan there is a one important stage which were performed or followed by the all living organisms is a reproduction. So when the organism is born, after that, after some years, they are capable to reproduce, and after reproduction when they becomes more aged, or we can say adult, so after that their organs becomes weak and they complete their lifespan, or in other words we can say that they die. So here the example of goat. So in this picture we observe clearly that the goat is capable to reproduce. Then after reproduction the baby is become younger, and again it is capable to reproduce, and the mother from the first, which is the mother of the first generation, is become dead after some years. So definite lifespan is followed by the all living organisms in this world. So there are some variations in the lifespan of each and every living organisms. For example, some organisms live or complete their lifespan in 1 year or 1 day, but there are also some organisms which can complete their lifespan in more than 10-20 years. So today's homework is explain the meaning of lifespan and gave some examples of animals with their definite lifespan in days or years. Next concept is a cellular structure. So each and every living thing is made up of small units which is called as cells. So cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms, and all the actions which are performed by the body of living organisms is carried out with the help of these microscopic cells. So microscopic cells means the cells which we cannot see with our open eyes, and we required or we use the instrument which is called as a microscope to observe these cells. So each and every living organism is made up of cell, and because of that the cell is the basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms. So there are some living organisms which are made up of only one cell, and because of that these are called as unicellular organisms. So example of unicellular organisms is amoeba and paramecium. So these organisms are consist of only one cell. On the other hand, there are some living organisms which are made up of more than one cells, and they are called as multicellular organisms. For example, अगर इसमें देखते हैं तो कॉकरोच है, pigeon, then plant, then elephant. So here one more example is example of snail. So all these are the multicellular organisms which are made up of more than one cell. So all the characteristics of living organisms are seen in every cell of a living thing. So whether it is unicellular or multicellular. And the cellular structure is the main characteristics of all living things, even though the number of cells may vary. Means we cannot say that all multicellular organisms are made up of same number of cells. There are variations which in the number of cells which are seen in the different living organisms which are multicellular organisms. So unicellular organisms means the organisms which are made up of only one cell or single cell. They are called as unicellular organisms. An example of unicellular organism is amoeba and paramecium. And the multicellular organism means the organisms which are made up of more than one cell. And the example of multicellular organism is man, then cow, mouse, cockroach, elephant, banyan tree, the onion plant, etc. So these are the all multicellular organisms. In the next class, we are going to discuss some examples of useful and harmful organisms, and the examples of some wild animals.